Rebel soul child, got a fist balled. I'm a respawn of ancestors, and I'm blessed, They gon' knock him, tell him fess up. I get check stub, hella carefree, nothing scares me, hella reckless. Yeah, I got next up, right? No, we not the same, cause see when I look in your iris, you likely to talk but not ready to ride. You do better keeping it quiet. My pen is ignited, my soul is enlightened. I like who I am, but I'm biased. They palette is right on my drip is a fountain.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Bet the Day for June 14th. Hope everyone's doing well and hope everyone's ready to make some money. I bet you didn't expect to see me this happy this morning. I bet you didn't expect to see me this happy. The Boston Celtics played horrendous last night, but there is nowhere to go but up. Did I make the wrong move as a bettor? Yes. Did I make the wrong move as a fan? No, I relied on my team. And last night, truthfully, guys, you're going to get after me for this, but I truly believe the Boston Celtics were the better team. They just, I shouldn't say that. Last night, they were not the better team. They didn't execute in the fourth quarter. Overall, though, I truly believe Boston had the better roster, and that's why I went with them last night. But you know what? They still have Game 6. They still have Game 7, but just a horrendous game for them. We're going to talk about that in a minute. We're going to spend a good chunk of this show talking about that because I need some therapy time. I need to vent. I need to talk about how bad Boston was in the fourth quarter last night, how bad they were from the free throw line, and it could be a long show because of that. So get set, buckle in, get ready to go. We have Jeff Fink in the house, producer Jeff Fink, best producer in the game because he produces. How you doing, Jeff?
I feel bad for you, but you look chipper this morning.
I'm chipper.
I walked in and you were looking a lot happier than I expected you to look. Had a couple people text me last night saying, "Hey, that guy that you're working with over there, that Tanner guy, he's got to go with the Warriors." And I said, "You got to believe the process, trust the process." We trust.
Listen, bottom line with this Boston Celtics team, I don't want to get into too much right now because we're going to get into it a little later in the show. But the bottom line with the Boston Celtics is they got Game 6 at home. They got Game 7. Listen, anything can happen right now. You go back to the Bucks series. What did they do? They won Game 6 on the road. They came back to Boston Game 7. They got the job done. They found a way to win on the road. You go to the Heat series. They lost Game 6. They come back Game 7 in Miami. Find a way to win. Impressive stuff there. We'll see if it happens, guys. I'm not too hopeful. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm still going to support them as a fan. Betting-wise, we will see. Boston's favored by 3.5 points in the next game. So should be an interesting take there. I need to spend a few days doing some research, but we are definitely going to talk about how bad these stats were, how bad Jason Tatum was, how bad Jaylen Brown was, how bad the Boston Celtics were in the fourth quarter here in a minute. But before we do that, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscribe, guys. We got 1 million different viewers on TikTok. We need to get that up on YouTube. So head over to YouTube, subscribe there. Check us out on TikTok, Discord, #1 place to talk to me, #1 place to get in touch with our entire community on there. And also, you got to buy a t-shirt, Jeff. Jeff, talk about how soft these t-shirts are.
They're so soft.
They're soft.
I held you this morning for a little bit, and it was absolutely magical just because of the t-shirt, not the physical touch.
Definitely. So t-shirts are very, very, very soft, guys. Make sure you go get a t-shirt. Buy one right now. #1 way to support Bet the Day. Support us in our new studio here. We're killing it, guys. Killing it 7 days a week for you. So make sure you support us. Anyways, let's get into the picks. Home Depot lock of the day, Jeff. We got a little promo code today. We got a promo code. Go to Home Depot. Tell them Jeff and Tanner sent you. They're going to give you a free master lock. Because if you want a lock, you go to Home Depot. If you want a best bet, you come to Bet the Day. Athletics Red Sox under 9.5. No, I don't just bet on Boston. I'm betting
Chat's going to
under.
go nuts for that one.
What?
Chat's going to go nuts for that one. Another Boston pick.
Guys, it's an under, okay? It's an under. I'm betting on Nick Pivetta today. I feel good about this one at 9.5. The Athletics don't hit the ball. And we go back to the last series, last time Boston played Oakland, last time Nick Pivetta was on the mound against Oakland. He absolutely shoved. I think the same thing happens today going back to Boston. Under 9.5, Nick Pivetta on the mound, 5-5 with a 3.78 and a 1.14 whip. Now, bottom line there, he was at like a 7. Or an 8 ERA, and he's all the way down to a 3.78 with a 1.14, 69 Ks and 66.2 innings. He's pitching like a true, front of the rotation guy. I'm not going to call him ace yet. In no world am I going to call Nick Pivetta an ace. I don't think the Boston Red Sox have an ace, quite frankly. So you know what? I'm going to be a little hard on my team right there. 3 of 5 games he started, they've gone under this total, including Oakland on June 14th. Koning's going to go for Oakland, 0-1 with a 9 ERA, but we can't trust that. He's only been on the mound 4 innings. This is quickly going to become a bullpen game. Bottom line is Oakland doesn't hit the ball. Red Sox, inconsistent at the plate, I would say. Yes, they have the ability to mash, but at the same time, too, I don't think Oakland contributes to this total too much today. Keep it under 9.5 runs. It's gone under in 5 of their past 7 games against the AL West, Boston. So I'm going to go with the under. We're 3-1. 3-1 on this show with the Home Depot lock of the day. Remember, go to Home Depot, tell them Tanner and Jeff sent you. You're going to get a master lock for free. Love that.
Also, if they were like, no, you have to pay for it, Don't get too upset.
Don't get too upset. You know, we're trying to work with them right now. But Home Depot, you want to lock, you go to Home Depot. You want a best bet, you come here. 3-1 on these picks, guys. Yesterday we had the Padres. They found a way to win. Shout out to you, Darvish. No free shout outs, but shout out to you, Darvish. You were unreal yesterday. 4-1 win there for the Padres, I believe. So that was good stuff. Anyways, Jeff, how you feeling about my best bet today? You think we make it 4-1?
I mean, you're on fire right now. You're doing a heck of a lot better than the Celtics. No offense. People want to talk about it. We know it's going to happen. Tanner's going to have a whole just meltdown on camera. Just stay with us. We will get to the Celtics. But, yeah, let's go 4-1. Let's go 5-1. Let's go 6-1.
Let's go undefeated every day. You got to win every day. I woke up today and I said I could have laid in bed. I could have been depressed. My big money bet was on the Boston Celtics last night. I could have said, hey, you know what? I'm not waking up today. I'm not doing bet the day. But you know what? The work still got to get done. People, the grind still got to happen. For sure, I hope Jason Tatum, I hope Jaylen Brown are flying back to Boston right now, and I hope they're going right to the gym, and I hope they're working on their free throws. I'm about to lock them in the gym and make them make 100 free throws before they come out in a row, because last night, 66.2% from the free throw line was unacceptable. Jeff, before we get into this rant, this epic rant that I'm going to give right now, do we have any comments regarding the Celtics game or anything like that?
We've got a ton of comments. Let's go through. Daniel Belcher, we're going to talk about Celtics. You know it, Daniel. Big shout out to Daniel. Thanks for the T-shirt buy yesterday. I was right about Curry, under on points and over on assists. Stalen Cabrera, J-Rod 92 vibe back in the chat. Warriors checked in here to talk to you about the Warriors beating up the Celtics. Pat Tiemi, man, these names are creative to say the least. Let's see. I think the Celtics will win the series. Adrian Talk Sports. There's just a ton of people in the chat this morning. We're absolutely going nuts. So, yeah, I mean, people want to talk to you, Tanner.
So, Jeff, here's what you're going to do for me. Here's what I need you to do for me. Any comment that absolutely rips me a new one, I need you to read it. I need you to read it because I need to sit here and soak up the loss, okay? I need to feel how bad it hurts to lose so we can go to Game 6 and Game 7 and find a way to win. I don't know if I'll be on the Celtics. I don't know if I'll be on the Warriors yet, guys. I'm an unbiased bettor here. I truthfully am. But I am going to hammer the Boston Celtics for how bad they played right now, and I hope you can join in with me and join on the fun. So, Jeff, you got that? Any Celtics lack a closer. I see that right there. Jason Tatum should be the closer, but that didn't happen last night. I'm in pain, Jeff. I'm in pain.
I know, man. We're here for you.
There we go.
Multiple people are here for you.
Good. Okay, so we're going to get into it right now. Celtics in Game 4 and 5. I have some stats here that I love to read. You guys know me. I'm a numbers guy. I love stats. They turned the ball over 34 times. They had 41 points given to the Warriors off turnovers. They missed 15 free throws, and they had 39 total points in the fourth quarters combined in Game 4 and Game 5. To give you guys a little point of reference here, if we go back to Game 1 when they had that amazing comeback, they scored like 40 or 41 points in the fourth quarter. It was unreal. Okay, so they have not been able to finish in the fourth quarter. Jeff, in football, when the college football guys, even the NFL guys a little bit, they come off the field, they put the fours up going into the fourth quarter, yeah, like the rally cry, all that. Listen, bottom line is I hate that shit. I think just go out and execute. Go out, execute your assignment. I don't need to see you put up a 4. It's not going to make you play better. Bottom line is go out, execute, do your thing. Jason Tatum, you make millions of dollars. If you got to stick a 4 up, do it. But the bottom line is you got to show up in the fourth quarter. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum in the fourth quarter, each had 5 points together, 2 and 9 shooting, 3 turnovers, and 2 missed free throws. Jason Tatum, the air ball at the end of the game, I think there was about 3-4 minutes left, right before he was taken out by Ime Udoka, made me sick to my stomach. But not a good night there. Now, Tatum had 27 points. He had 10 rebounds. He had 4 assists. Obviously, that's good enough to win. He went over on his point total. Shout out to anyone who took Jason Tatum over 26.5 points last night. Curry was 7-22 and 0 for 9 from the three-point line. I'll say this, Jeff. There were a lot of people that lost money last night on Curry over three-pointers. I bet it was at 3.5 or 4.5 last night. There were a lot of people that lost that.
There were a lot of people that lost, lad. Also, Trev's back in the TikTok chat. Tatum, 27 points, like we were just talking about, does not show how bad he is at playing.
100%.
Garbage point. Tatum has been a total letdown.
Well, let's be real. Guys. Tatum is not consistent. If we look at the first quarter, Ime Udoka had to take him out of the game. And then he went in the second quarter. Going in, he made 3 straight shots, I believe, going into the half. He was feeling good. I think he ended the half with 13 points, right? Like, that was an impressive run by Jason Tatum. Some of the shots he makes, his upside is tremendous. He makes a ton of great shots. But In the end of the game, when I need Kobe Bryant, when I need ice in my freaking veins, I don't get it with Jason Tatum. And we've seen it. Don't get me wrong. And for the Celtics to win this series, the only way the Celtics can win this series, and I'm not talking about just winning game 6. I'm talking about the entire series. Jason Tatum needs to be the guy. That's the only way they can do it. And if you believe in Jason Tatum, bet on the Celtics. If you don't, I would bet against them. As a Celtics fan, I want to say Jason Tatum's going to get the job done, but he's been so bad in this series. We're talking about, me and Jeff before the show saying Steph Curry's still going to be the MVP of this series, no matter what happens, even if the Celtics win game 6 or game 7, because that's how bad Jason Tatum has been. Come on now. Thank you, Andrew Wiggins, for that. Tatum was short on almost every shot in the fourth. He was. And I'll tell you this, though. I guarantee the Warriors bettors they were feeling a little some type of way when Jason Tatum was making every shot. Every shot, 3-pointers in his face in the third quarter. Then the fourth quarter came around. He was stunned. He couldn't do a damn thing. And it killed me as a bettor. It really did. Any comments on TikTok, Jeff? I feel like that's where they're ripping me the most right now.
The comments are coming in from everywhere. If you're on LinkedIn, if you're on YouTube, if you're on Twitter, you're on Facebook, drop us a comment. TikTok, I can see you. I can hear you. Over here, you hear me. I'm on the other side. Pat is actually defending you, though, in TikTok. Okay. When it comes to Boston teams, Tanner is super biased, but you can't blame him at all. That's his team. And he says role bench players have to step up for Boston.
There you go, role bench players. What did you get last night? You got Peyton Pritchard stepping on the out-of-bounds line with the ball. You had Grant Williams had 2 or 3 points. You had Derek White had 1 point. Derek White had 1 point in 21 minutes. They shot 67.7% from the free throw line. They missed 10 shots. Tatum was 2 of 6 from the free throw line. I don't want to put it on the bench. Yes, the bench obviously was very favorable towards the Golden State Warriors last night. Their bench was a lot better. And who came in at the end? I don't even know who came in at the end and made that shot. Jeff, you told me before. What was his name again?
I'd have to look it up, but it made a lot of people upset because it broke that.
It broke, so if someone had like Golden State Warriors win margin like 11-13 or something.
Yeah, it was 11.
Listen, bottom line is I could care less about that. But the Celtics had their scrubs in at the end of the game. That's embarrassing. This is the NBA Finals, game 5, when you need to step up, when you need a win. And they just didn't do it last night. I really have nothing else to say. Moving forward in the series, though, how do the Celtics win this? Now, Jeff, actually, read me a few comments here before I gather, so I can gather my thoughts right now, because I'm going to give a little romantic speech. It might get you going this morning, so just be aware if you're at work or something.
Yeah, that's fair. Everyone just take a minute, step back. I'm going to go through some comments real quick. J-Rod, I was like, oh, shit, here we go again with the Boston talk. J-Rod, though, again, Warriors better got nervous in the third quarter like we were ready to go, but that 3 to take the lead going into the fourth was huge. Trev back, Williams and Pritchard, embarrassing. Williams has to stop crying for fouls and just play, and I can score is what he says.
100%. Daniel's coming in on the chat on YouTube. Daniel's a man of the people. Daniel's a viewer of the people. That's what I'll say about him, man. Buying t-shirts yesterday.
Big shout out to Daniel.
Big shout out to Daniel. Shout out Daniel. Okay. Here we go, people. Before we get into the betting talk, now I have a lot of baseball betting talk. We're going to talk a little hockey betting. I know that gets Jeff going there, but we're going to talk a lot of baseball today. So give me 1 second here and let me gather my thoughts and let me talk about the Boston Celtics and how the storyline could be finished and how the storyline could end for this team, the upside and the downside. So let me give you the 2 narratives here that I think is going to play out in the series. I don't know which one to pick. I really don't. I think if the Boston Celtics win Game 6, they find a way to win Game 7. If the Golden State Warriors do not close the series out in 6, I don't think they go back home and win Game 7. Here's why. If we look at the trajectory of the Boston Celtics season, I know you're going to think I'm a Boston Celtics fan saying this, but I'm just talking about the romantic element of sports betting. How can you not be romantic about sports betting? Tanner Kern, man of the people, romantic sports betting here. Okay? When we go out and we look at this season for the Boston Celtics, nobody believed in this team. And then they find a way to win. They find a way to become one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference, secure the 2 seed. They go in, they sweep the Brooklyn Nets. Then they go with the Bucks. They go Game 6 in Milwaukee. Find a way to win that. Same situation they're in right now. Find a way to win that. They go Game 7 at home, dominate the Bucks, right? And I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, Chris Middleton didn't play. I don't care about that anymore. Go to Miami. You lose Game 6 at home. You go down to Miami Game 7. You find a way to win. This team's had their backs against the wall. This team's faced a lot of adversity. Now, the only thing is Jason Tatum going to be the guy? And that's what it comes down to. But how can you not be romantic about sports betting? If you are a Celtics fan, if you bet, if you don't bet, I don't really care. But when you look at this team, if they are able to do this and win Game 6 and win Game 7, it will be one of the greatest runs in Boston sports history from where they started to where they are now. This needs to be on a Boston sports podcast. I know it's a betting podcast. In reality, who do I like? I'm probably going to go with Celtics money line Game 6 just because I do think they win. I do think they put up a fight. And if you're going to go Warriors plus 3.5, you're going to go Celtics. I don't trust that they're going to cover the spread. I don't trust this team at all right now. I'm not going to lie. But if you're going to go Warriors plus 3.5, take them on the money line, obviously. Someone came in with a comment yesterday, Jeff, talking about how big the winning margins have been in the series. And it's true. Like last night, Celtics plus 4 wasn't the move. If I believed in the Celtics, I should have just took them on the money line. So any other comments, Jeff, before we move on here?
Yeah, here comes the fan talk. We brought it back to betting talk right away.
Guys, you know what? Here's the thing, though. How can you not be romantic about sports betting? Whether you're betting on the Celtics, whether you're betting on the Warriors, I don't really care. If you guys want unbiased picks, go check out my baseball picks, guys. The Celtics pick, listen, I bet against them a lot this season. I'm not going to lie about that. I don't know if I'll bet on them. I said Game 6 Celtics money line. We will see about that. I have not locked in that bet. That's just what I'm feeling right now. Again, though, guys, how can you not be romantic about sports betting? We're going to get into baseball in a minute here. I want Jeff to read some more basketball comments. But if you want unbiased picks, stay tuned. We're coming.
All right, let's get right back to it. And Reno, we need Tatum, Brown, and Smart 35, 30, 20 to win.
That's not going to happen.
Celtics 11 plus from Pat. Pat, what a guy, Pat. Kind of gave you a little bit. He drug you through the mud there for a second, but he came back and he's on Team Tanner once again.
There we go.
Let's go over to the YouTube chat. Daniel, history shows Steph isn't a killer in Game 6 and 7s, but then we're getting a little back and forth. Row H, Steph averages like 28 points in Game 6s. So what are we thinking on that?
I think if you're going to go over on a point total for anyone, it's going to be Steph Curry. I don't think the Boston Celtics did a much better job defending Steph Curry. He did miss a lot of great wide open looks last night too. So whatever the Celtics did, they figured it out. They found a way to stop him. But Steph Curry had open looks that he could have made last night. Now, I didn't like the stuff where he was pulling up from the logo half the time. If you're a Warriors bettor, that should have pissed you off a little bit because Steph can make those shots all the time. But when he's not hot and he's taking a half-court logo shot when he really doesn't have to, when they can set the offense up and run it, I didn't love that out of him last night. Bottom line is Wiggins can't have 15, 16, 14 rebounds, whatever he had last night, whatever he had the last game too. They got to shut Wiggins down under the rim. They got to shut him down from shooting the basketball. Draymond, I'll give Draymond a little credit last night. He was a factor, obviously.
Oh, he showed up?
He showed up. Draymond showed up last night. You know, he was physical. That's what you're going to get out of Draymond. You're going to get a physical performance. He's not going to be the one to score. He's going to miss wide open shots, but he's going to be physical as hell. He's going to set the tone, right? In the Boston Celtics, I would like to see a little more of that grit. I would like to see them get down and be a little bit of a dirty dog and say, hey, you know what? We're going to come play. We're not backing down. I saw them tuck their tail between their legs last night in full, Jeff. Rough night.
That's
rough night.
Rough dog. Tuck your tail. I got that. Thank you.
Dog,
Pat, back in the chat, and all caps, and this is how can you not be romantic about sports betting? You never bet against your team. Stop the cap. You never bet against your team.
And I've done it all the time. You know, it's I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't, because here's the problem, people. If I bet against the Boston Celtics, which I've done, I got freaking Boston coming after me for saying, oh, you bet against your team. How can you not believe if you don't think they're going to win? Don't bet the game. Well, I'm a betting analyst. I got to do that. And then on the other side, I bet on the Boston Celtics no matter what. No matter what. Just because I go down to TD Garden and shoot a few videos, people think I'm a diehard Celtics fan, which I am, but I'll say this. If I bet on the Boston Celtics, everyone comes in at me and says, hey, you're just betting, you're betting because you're a fan, no matter if they win or lose. I don't get credit for when they win. I don't get credit for when they lose when I bet them. I get freaking drugged through the mud every single time. But bottom line is, I don't care. I'm a man of the people. I'm here to win you money. And Jeff, the people still love me no matter what. The people love me.
People definitely love you. They are asking for baseball. We're getting there. We're right on the cusp of baseball, but we had to dive in on the Celtics. We had to dive in on the NBA Finals. Are you kidding me? It's the biggest thing going on in sports right now. Second to the Stanley Cup, which is coming up here in a couple of days. But yeah, baseball is coming, but basketball is key.
Basketball is key, guys. We all love basketball. And you know what's funny, too? We want to go wherever the money is, right? Basketball was big last night, obviously. We have college baseball coming up. We have the Stanley Cup. We have a lot of great places to make money. So make sure you distribute your money evenly. Find where you want to play it and go play. We're going to get into baseball here. But one more thing. We're going to leave basketball in the dust here. We got to talk Stanley Cup. little bit right now. I'm going to turn it over to Jeff Fink. Jeff, I got one question for you right now. We're really going to focus on Stanley Cup tomorrow because obviously that's when it begins.
That's fair.
But one question here for you. How do the Lightning win this series in 6 games? Because if you bet on Tampa Bay Lightning 4 wins to 2 over the Colorado Avalanche, that's like plus 600 right now. And that's something I would like to take. You said Lightning in 6. How do they make it happen?
I know I sound like a broken record, but honestly, it comes down to goaltending. I don't think Colorado they just don't have the same caliber of goaltending that the Tampa Bay Lightning do with Andrei Vasilevsky. And you just go back to the last 2 seasons. The Tampa Bay Lightning are back-to-back Stanley Cup champions. They've got Pat Maroon, Steve Stamkos. They've got Corey Perry back in the mix now, which is another slew of experience in Stanley Cup finals. He's been in the Stanley Cup final on the losing side for the last 2 seasons. But you look at this Tampa Bay Lightning team and you have to ask yourself, how did they end up back in the Stanley Cup final for the 3rd straight year? Hockey is the hardest sport to win back-to-back, let alone back-to-back-to-back championships with the Stanley Cup. So you just got to rely on experience and know that this team, for the majority of the part, has been there before. Cooper, the head coach, he's been there before. These guys got rid of very few pieces. Blake Coleman went to Calgary, Yanni Gourde to the Seattle Kraken, but you cannot bet against experience, especially in hockey. It's really tough for me to say it. It's really tough for me to even think that the Tampa Bay Lightning have a chance. Listen, don't get me wrong. The Colorado Avalanche have one of the most potent, if not the most potent offense that Tampa Bay will go up against in the Stanley Cup playoff run. But if the goaltending is what's going to push it over the edge, you have to give it to Tampa Bay.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Vasilevsky's been unreal, right? You can get them like plus 130, plus 135 tomorrow night on the road, which would be good. But again, 4-2 correct score in the series, like plus 550, plus 600. There's a lot of good sprinkle bets that I can see when we look at the future markets for the Stanley Cup. So we'll get into all that tomorrow, guys. Very excited about that. And Jeff's a big hockey guy, so got to give him some time to shine there. And I love it. Andrei Vasilevsky, get me fired up.
That felt good.
What? Go ahead.
That felt good. Thank you for that.
No problem. I wish Jason Tatum had the balls that Andrei Vasilevsky had right now. I wish, but I don't know if we're going to get that lucky. It's baseball time, people. Give me a Ric Flair. Give me 2 claps. Ric Flair. Woo! All right, let's get into it, people. Baseball, Angels, Dodgers. Under 9. We're going with a couple unders today. Obviously took under 9.5 in the Red Sox game. Angels, Dodgers, under 9 here. I know you're playing with wild fire. You are playing with fire going under with the Angels and the Dodgers. But here's the thing about this. Here's the thing. Both teams inconsistent. The plate, Angels on big losing streaks, right? These 2 teams have 2 of the best lineups in baseball. They have a lot of power bats, but at the same time, too, I trust the under today. Noah Syndergaard on the mound. Thor is on the mound, 4-4 with a 3.69 and a 1.19 whip. When I look at Thor, when I look at a guy like him, he has the ability to shove, especially against an inconsistent Dodgers offense. Very, very inconsistent Dodgers offense, which kind of, they've let a lot of people down. They've let a lot of bettors down this year. And when I look at this team, they've let me down a lot. I used to say, hey, Dodgers run line, always the move, always the move, always the move. In the early season, it was. But they have not been the Los Angeles Dodgers that we know and we truly love. I think that honor now belongs to the Mets, honestly. Now, Tony Gonsolin is going for the Dodgers. He's 7-0 with a 1.58 and a .86 whip. If you don't know a whip, it's how many base runners you allow per inning. .86 whip, that means you should hammer the Dodgers today. Now, both offenses are fantastic, but they have not performed their capability in their past 10 games combined. They're 6-3-1 against the under of 9. So I feel pretty good about that. Dodgers have gone under in 4 of their past 6 games. Angels have been going over a little more because they've been giving up a lot of runs. So still, though, Thor on the mound, I think Tony Gonsolin can limit what the Angels do offensively, and we get the under there. Any takes on that game? We got Das Diggity coming in on the YouTube chat there. Send over, Das. What's up, Tanner the man? Das, how we doing, Das? Hey, did you bet Celtics last night or did you bet Warriors? Let me know. Rough one. Rough take there. But anyways, got any comments on this game?
Right off the bat, boy, here we go with the Dodgers again. Gosling might be the only guy I trust to take the Dodgers, says George Parr 8 in the chat. And then KM123, Red Sox -1.5, and Astros moneyline parlay.
So is Astros moneyline, Red Sox what?
Red Sox -1.5.
Love that. Okay, because Oakland can't hit. Nick Pivetta is going to shove. Astros. I like the Astros today coming off the loss against the Rangers yesterday. And who was the last one?
Last one. Gosling might be the only guy I trust to take the Dodgers.
Well, yeah, I mean, Walker Buehler's been up and down. Clayton Kershaw's been up and down. Gonsolin's been the guy, right? He's been pretty magical. I see Das Diggity took the Warriors. Congrats, Das. Big win for you there. Tough win for me. I felt like I got stabbed a million times in the chest last night. Anyways, Angels-Dodgers under 9. I feel good about that. I think Dodgers do win today. If you're looking for a money line play, for a parlay, if you're looking for a run line play, it's the Los Angeles Dodgers. The only thing that scares me with the Angels is their ability to go yard at any point in this game. We're going to talk about the Cubs game here today too in a little bit with Kyle Hendricks on the mound. The one thing that scares me about the Padres covering on the run line today is the Cubs' ability to hit the baseball. But even though I think Kyle Hendricks is going to give up a lot of bombs with the wind blowing out at Wrigley, anyways, we'll save that conversation for a couple minutes from now. But Angels-Dodgers under 9, I feel good about that. I feel like the Dodgers to win. I would agree there. I think the Angels just aren't playing their kind of brand of baseball right now, and it's really affecting them. It's really showing body language, all that good stuff. So go with the Dodgers today. I trust Tony Gonsolin. I trust them to get the win. Jeff, what do you think about the Dodgers?
Well, Pat, Dodgers have been poverty the last month, but definitely betting on them. So that's how Pat feels about that from the TikTok chat. The Dodgers, they're an experienced squad, so it's kind of hard to bet against them, but it's understandable if it's a little wary.
Well, I look at the Los Angeles Dodgers too, and, we're betting the under too. So we're betting on them actually to pitch really well with Tony Gonsolin and to not hit the baseball. And that's kind of been their brand of baseball right now. So we're going to play the under there. I'm not taking a winner in this game, but again, if you need a winner, if you're begging for a winner, go with the under. John Brondo's coming in on YouTube. I see it. I haven't read it yet, but I feel like it's about the Celtics and the Warriors. My boy, you said we would talk after the game. I got on here late, but how about those Warriors, man? Celtics crumbled through, though they could have won the game. There you go. I mean, that's a perfect take, John. Congratulations, John. Congratulations to all the Warriors bettors out there. Like I said, every comment that is ripping me about the Celtics bet last night, I'm telling Jeff to read it. I'm telling Jeff to put it on the screen. Yeah, just not a good game, John. You missed the whole basketball talk, so I really don't want to go back to it. One, because, it's going to give me PTSD. Two, because a lot of people want to talk baseball, and we don't want the people to riot in the comment section. But, yeah, just not a good night for them. Celtics could have won. Jason Tatum had no ice in his veins, and that's what it comes down to. Final thing I'll say about that. Okay, so we got the Dodgers under 9, and we also have Red Sox A's under 9.5, so we're playing 2 unders today. I'll put my finger on the Dodgers, not my. We're not putting anything on the.
Back to the body parts.
Back to the body. Well, Das is like, hey, if I got to put my back in the day, Das was like, hey, if I'm gonna put one body part on the Dodgers or one arm or one leg on the Dodgers or on a team, who would it be? And I'm like, if you're gonna bet your house, if you're gonna bet your life savings, you do it on one team, and that's the Dodgers. Even though I don't recommend that, scroll the ticker on here. Say, hey guys, listen. Bottom line is, I don't recommend betting your life savings on any team. This is for fun. This is for, if you want to make money, great, we're making money, but this is for fun. This is not to bet your life savings, but I'll say this. If you're going to do that, you should do it on one of the best teams in baseball. That is the Los Angeles Dodgers. But anyways, we're not playing money line. We're not playing run line. We're playing the under. We're playing on them to pitch well and not hit well. Hopefully it happens. Padres run line versus the Cubs. Now, the Padres, shout out to them yesterday because they found a way to win. They were our Home Depot lock of the day. Remember, go to Home Depot, tell them Tanner and Jeff sent you. They might or might not give you a free master lock. Just make sure you don't take it out of the store without showing them. Might get in trouble for that. Anyways, Padres run line versus the Cubs, plus 112, getting a little plus money in there. The Padres had a really, really good day yesterday. Sean Manaea is going to pitch today 3-3 with a 3.52 and a 1.09 whip. He has 71 strikeouts in 69 innings, elite strikeout ability. When I see that, that gets me going, especially when we're talking run lines, because you need a guy that can take the ball and get strike threes. You really do when you're talking run lines, because every run is critical. It's tough to win by 2 runs in baseball no matter what, right? For the Cubs today, Kyle Hendricks is on the mound. We know we love Kyle Hendricks. We feel good about Kyle Hendricks, right? No, he is absolutely washed up. He's not that same pitcher. His stats this year, 2-5 with a 5.22 and a 1.35 whip. Now, there's been a running joke in our Discord. If you're not in our Discord, make sure you join it, guys. Make sure you check out all the links, buy a t-shirt, all that good stuff. But if you're not in the Discord, you should join it, because we rip on Kyle Hendricks so much. And when Kyle Hendricks pitches extra bad is when the wind is blowing out at Wrigley. Jeff, take a guess how fast the wind is blowing to the outfield today at Wrigley.
Well, I think there was a tornado warning last night, yeah? And I'm going to say 80 miles an hour.
No, not 80. The tornado, I think, has left the state, but it's going to feel like 80 when bombs are flying out of Wrigley Field tonight with the Cubs and with Hendricks on the mound. Bottom line, Padres aren't a great hitting team. They manufacture a lot of runs, but I think they go yard tonight because the wind's going to be blowing out 12, 13, 14 miles an hour, which we all know at Wrigley is a lot. It's a lot of wind there. So I think this game goes over the total of 10 as well. Even though I'm not going to play that, I'm just going to play Padres on the run line. Hendricks' best pitching is behind him. He does not have elite strikeout ability, and he's given up 11 home runs this season. Now, the wind blowing out, not helping him today. I think Sean Manaea has the ability to locate, has the ability to get the strikeouts. Is Manaea going to give up a couple home runs today? Yes, because the Cubs can't hit the ball. When we underestimate the Cubs, we get burnt. But at the same time, too, with Hendricks on the mound, I don't think there's a lot of energy for the Cubs today, if that makes sense. And also, too, on top of this, they don't like to pull Kyle Hendricks out of the game. There's been multiple times where he's struggling and he should be out in 2 innings, and they leave him in the game. That's another thing that's going to benefit us with the Padres on the run line today. The Cubs bullpen can maybe shove the Padres, but I'll tell you what, Kyle Hendricks cannot. That's where we're going with Padres run line.
Super shout out to you, Darvish. I'm pretty sure he cut that over 5.5 strikeouts yesterday.
Super shout out to you, Darvish. No free shout out. Shout out to you, Darvish, though. You were money.
Yeah, he earned it, though.
He earned it. You know, you, Darvish, you were absolute money. That slider, the slider for you, Darvish, is nasty. We've been saying that for a long time. It's absolute filth, right? So shout out to you, Darvish, yesterday. Get in the win. Find a way to win. You know what? You got to win from within. Win from within. Good teams win, great teams cover. That's what the Padres will do tonight. That's not what the Boston Celtics did last night. That's what the Warriors did last night. I feel like I might need therapy after last night's game. But you know what? We got game 6. We got game 7.
Well, we do have some comments.
Okay.
That might be some therapy for you. Paradise Punters, Reds versus Diamondbacks over lock. What do you think about that?
So actually, the funny thing is, I haven't posted my picks on TikTok. You know what my next pick on here, Jeff? You know what it was?
Are we about to find? Is it the lock?
It's Reds Diamondbacks over 8.5 runs.
Wow.
No way. Okay, so let's get into that, and then we'll read some more comments. And then, guys, make sure you throw your comments in. Keep throwing them in. Jeff's working hard. Guys, we got a million different people watching the show from about 17 different countries. They all want the picks because the people don't want the picks, Jeff. What do they need? Come on now. This is your first test as a producer.
They need
the picks. The people don't want the picks. They need the picks. 17 different countries all over the world watching us for these picks today. Okay, so make sure you continue to throw your comments in the chat, guys. We're going to get to them all at the end here. Reds D-backs over 8.5. It's funny. Someone said they wanted the Reds D-backs over 8.5. I love this bet today. I thought this total would be set around 9.5 even, just because of the pitching in this game, just because of the power bats on both sides of the equation here. But it's only at 8.5 right now. It hasn't jumped up. This is one that could get up to 9, so just be aware of that. Make sure you lock it in early, if you like it, of course. Tyler Mahle is going to be on the mound for the Reds. He's 2-5 with a 5.07 and a 1.36 whip. Not very good stuff there. You know, the ERA is a little, when you look at ERA, it's a skewed number, right? But the whip at 1.36, not good. He does have elite strikeout ability, but here's the thing about Mahle. He has no control. 30 walks, 65.2 innings. He's walking a lot of guys. Zach Davies going to pitch for the Diamondbacks, 2-3 with a 4.21 and a 1.24 whip. Now, these teams have gone over in 8 of their past 10 combined games. I love that. Both teams have an OBP over 300. Now, I'll say this, the Diamondbacks are not great at manufacturing runs. We always get angry about how they can't put the ball in play. They're a big home run team, right? But at the same time, too, I think they can get some runs off Tyler Mahle today. Team ERA is a 5.26 and a 1.42 for the Reds. It's a 4.28, for the Diamondbacks, it's a 4.28 and a 1.34 whip for the Reds. So I love that. I feel really good about that. 4.28, 1.34 for the Diamondbacks, 5.26, 1.42 for the Reds. Either way, they're both very bad. They're both the Diamondbacks bullpen that we thought was going to be electric really has not been this year, and that's partially because their hitting staff too. You can't find ways to put the ball in play, which does hurt us. But most of the time, they're a boom team. They find a way to get the ball to the yard, and they find a way to get over. 8.5 is a small total in this game, in my opinion. If it gets up to 9.5, it's one I'd probably stay away from. I don't think it'll jump a whole run today, but I could see it getting up to 9 easily. It might be at that right now. Any comments, Jeff?
Oh, there are comments.
Let's hear the comments.
In Reno, Guardians have been hot. They've been hitting the baseball pretty well.
Jeff.
Whoa.
I want to continue doing the comments before we get into my last pick, but you know what my next pick was?
I mean, it's like we're on the same page. I think we've meshed that well in like the 3 or 4 shows that we've done. Yeah. That the chat just knows and I just know.
The chat knows what I'm going to pick, and they know that they're going to read. You're going to read their comment, and they know that I'm going to have that pick. I have Guardians run line at +100 against the Rockies today.
They're hitting the ball well.
They're hitting the ball well. You know what? You guys are smart. Jeff, keep going. Comments. Let's hear them.
All right, let's get back to it. Pat, before we get into some picks, if you ever come to Indy, I got Colts ticks for you, Tanner. TM123 Super Parlay, Philly -1.5, Red Sox -1.5, and Yankees -1.5.
Love it.
T1214 Astros have the worst bullpen in Major League Baseball. Let's see, Red Sox run line. We just went over it. You want to go ahead and get that to JZ1004 one more time?
Yeah, so I have Red Sox run line, but I didn't play Red Sox run line. I would take it. I have the under 9.5. That's my favorite bet there for today. Just look at what Nick Pavetta's done. You look at what the Oakland A's have done offensively. I feel this is a recipe for an under. If Boston scores 6-7 runs today, I feel still this game gets under just because I don't see Oakland putting up more than 2. You might want to go under on Oakland's team total today, even though it's going to be a little lower than expected, but I'd go Red Sox under 9.5. I would also take them on the run line too. Again, I say this every day. I don't like taking run line teams at home. It takes a really good matchup for me to bet a run line at home. And this is one for sure. I mean, Red Sox run line today against the Oakland Athletics, who don't hit the ball, is a good pick, but I'm just going to stay away from it. I'm just going to play the under of 9.5 there. You might want to look at the first half under as well. The only thing that scares me about that is Koenig could get shelled early, and then they might, the Red Sox bats might settle down late. I need both them to score the 3 runs in that Cleveland game. Let's go. So what'd you take, Das? Did you just go each team to score 3+ and a winner? Did you parlay it or just go with the 3-3? Let me know there. But yeah, Guardians run line +100 versus the Rockies today. This is my final pick of the day. We're at 37 minutes here. I like to keep this around 45 to 50 minutes, guys. So we got plenty of time to answer your questions at the end here. But let me get into my final pick. Guardians run line +100, another plus money bet on the board here. This is a prime run line spot because Guardians are on the road. They're hitting the baseball well. They're in Colorado where the ball does fly out of the yard. And they're going against Antonio Santazella, who is not very good right now. Shane Bieber 3-3 with a 2.91 and a 1.12 whip. They also have their ace on the mound. In 65 innings, he has 68 Ks, elite strikeout ability. We talk about how important that is for run line betting. I love it. I love it. I love it. He's only given up 4 homers as well, which is critical when you're in Colorado because you need to keep the ball down the zone or it will get out. Like pop flies become home runs in Colorado. We know that. Same thing with Wrigley tonight. Same thing at Wrigley tonight. So he's going to pitch against Santazella, 2-3 with a 4.83 and a 1.85 whip. 1.85 whip. Wow. Only 20 strikeouts in 41 innings. Santazella has really not been the kind of pitcher we expected to be going into the year. So overall, I'm going to stay away from them, and I'm going to go with the Guardians. Now, the Rockies do have better offensive numbers. They are slim, though. But when we're looking at run lines, we also want to look at the pitching staffs. Rockies have a 5.02 ERA, 1.45 whip. Guardians as a team, 3.66 ERA, 1.16 whip, and they have their ace on the mound. I think they win by 2 runs today and find a way to get the job done. Jeff Fink, how are we feeling about that Guardians bet?
We're feeling pretty good. Also, Das Diggity Nah, both teams to score 3 runs is what he needs. Also, I love this because we're on the topic of the Guardians, right? I want you to look over here. I want to look at you because this is a beautiful moment from the TikTok chat. Guardian of Gambling, Tanner from Shark 58, bunch of numbers after that. The Guardian of Gambling it might be the new nickname.
What up,
Shout
Sharky?
out to the Guardians.
What up, Sharky? What up, Sharky? I love Sharky. Sharky, every time there's some comment, I love all you guys, but every time Sharky comments, I just feel some type of way. I love Sharky. There's a lot of guys who've been with me for a long time now, so I appreciate them all. But yeah, Sharky, what up, Sharky? Guardian of Gambling, man of the people, freaking the Mr. WrestleMania, Mr. Morning Mania, Mr. Bet the Day Mania. That could be me.
That's a good one.
The
That's
icon,
a good one.
the showstopper, the main event, Tanner Kern. We're feeling good. And even, guys, even though we lost the Celtics yesterday, even though we lost that, we still had a good day. We're still 3-3. It's okay. We were 3-2 in baseball. We hit a couple plus money bets. We profited by a little bit. So we were okay there. Celtics killed us yesterday, but we're going to bounce back. Jason Tatum's going to pay my next rent check because of what he's going to do.
Oh, wait, let's get that in the chat. Has anyone had their car note or rent paid off today? Because yesterday we had 2 people. Can we get that back going today?
We can't force that. The people got to tell us that. I didn't have a great day yesterday. I'm not going to lie. We have people, it's funny too though, guys. People, I don't tell you to parlay these picks, but every time I have a really good day, like I go 4-1 or 5-1, people's like, oh, well, I have a lay, I lost. Well, I didn't tell you to lay it. I told you to bet it straight. You would have won a lot of money there. Anyways, Jeff, let's get into the comments here. Last few minutes of the show. Man, the people got to answer most of the people.
Yeah, I mean, TikTok's going off today. But first, let's go over to RAROH. Guardians have one of the best bullpens in baseball the last couple weeks, too. So that's really kind of helping them out as well as the bats. Joe Cruz, 720, Miami win. Opinion.
So Miami hurt me yesterday a lot. I know a lot of people are on the Phillies. Let me pull up my book here right now so I can get these numbers up. But
while you're doing that, I'm going to answer this from Abel. Who rocks Maze? Have you watched the movie Hustle yet? While Tanner's pulling that up, I got halfway through and I fell asleep. Not because it was boring, but because it was late. So that's my take on it. I'm going to finish it probably today or tomorrow.
Yeah, so I look at Miami today for plus money, plus 134. Rogers on the mound versus Eflin. Let me get the pitching matchup again, guys. I don't like to give you picks without at least looking at some numbers here, unless I looked at them earlier today. This is a game I stayed away from, honestly, because I saw what the Miami Marlins did yesterday. I saw their inability to hit the ball in crunch time when we needed them to hit the ball. So today, let's see here. Rogers going against Eflin. Now, Rogers is better than he has shown this year, I will say that, but the 154 whip really does scare me. Phillies are playing really good baseball right now. That's another thing to go with the Philadelphia Phillies. 78 homers compared to the Miami Marlins at 64. They're hitting 251, 318. They're better in every offensive number. The ERAs and the whips are pretty similar too when it comes to the bullpen. The bottom line is Trevor Rogers could be a liability early in this game, so I'd probably go with the Phillies. I don't know if I would take them on the run line tonight. I think someone came in and said Philly run line. That would not be my favorite play. I would just go money line. But again, that's up to you.
Well, speaking of money line, Ryan Patrick wants to know Mets run line over 8.
Mets run line and the over of 8 combined there. I look at the Mets on the run line tonight. Let's see. Do I have a number on them yet? I might not have a number on the Mets. Oh, there we go. Brewers. Yeah, you guys, I mean, listen. The Brewers are a very big strikeout team. Bassett's a good strikeout pitcher. Hauser, so, right? Milwaukee can win any game. This thing I hate about them. They're going to show up when we don't need them to show up. They're going to not show up when we need them to show up, right? That's the thing about them. I would go with the over tonight. The Brewers do hit a lot of home runs. They do have a potent offense. And I'm not saying they're going to do anything special because I get on here every day and I ream the Brewers, right? But again, the New York Mets can hit. Hauser probably going to get lit up a little bit tonight. Let's see. Let me pull up some numbers here for you guys. Let me pull up the numbers.
Also, if you guys are just tuning in on TikTok, make sure to join us at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time every day. You guys are asking for the most confident bet, the lock of the day. That's usually what we start the show off with, so make sure to join us around then. Also, if you're on TikTok, make sure to head over to our YouTube. We will be live broadcasting this every morning. I see those comments right away. We'll put them on the screen, give you a little shine. But yeah, join us on just not on TikTok. YouTube, Twitter. We're going to be streaming on all the social media platforms except Instagram.
Yeah.
They, for some reason, don't like us.
Hey, and Bet the Day Happy Hour could be starting today, Jeff. I think Bet the Day Happy Hour might be starting today.
The people want it. The people need it.
The people don't want the picks. The people need the picks. You need them. Okay, I look at Bassett. He is an elite strikeout pitcher. As I said, 68 innings, 74 strikeouts. He's going to strike the Brewers out today. You might want to go over on his total because the Brewers are one of the worst strikeout teams in baseball. But at the same time, too, Hauser's okay, right? He's better numbers-wise than Bassett. I still think he gets shoved today, and I love the over of 8 in this baseball game. Now, the reason the total is down to 8 and not at like 8.5 or 9 is because of the strikeout ability for Bassett and the bullpen for the New York Mets right now.
How can I get that T-shirt, Spitzer FWM? Hey, Spitzer on TikTok. Head over to the link in the bio. Get you the good teams win. Great teams cover Bet the Day T-shirt. Again, shout out to Daniel yesterday for grabbing that T-shirt from us. J-Dub, what's your picks for the day? I mean, every pick that you make is the pick for the day, yeah?
Oh, okay, so I'll give you picks. One thing I want to say, though, I got a lot of people reaching out to me and saying, hey, where can I get a shirt? Where can I get a shirt? Where can I shirt? When can I get a shirt? Hey, I'm going to get a shirt. I'm going to get a shirt. We see the orders, guys. We know who's buying a shirt here, okay? Some people talk about it. Some people be about it. Okay, be about it. Go get a T-shirt. I got it right today. Anyways, picks for today. My whole slate, guys. We will read these off right now here. Red Sox, Athletics under 9.5. Then we'll go Angels, Dodgers under 9. Padres run line. Reds versus D-backs over 8.5, and then Guardians on the run line tonight. Feel really good about the Red Sox under 9.5. The Home Depot lock of the day. Remember, go to Home Depot. Tell them Tanner and Jeff sent you. Under 9.5. We're 3-1 on those, and since we started the show, so feeling pretty good about that one.
You should feel good about that one. You should feel good about this, too. And Reno, been in here for about 3 weeks, and ever since you've been making me a better sports bettor and making me money. You're a great guy, Tanner. Really are a great dude.
Love that.
Man of the people.
Man, guys, listen, bottom line is, I'm going to say, I'm not going to lie to you like a lot of these cappers somewhere on the internet, wherever you find them, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to sit here and say, listen, I know what's going to happen in these games, because I don't. You don't. I don't. Jeff doesn't. Nobody knows. Nobody knows what's going to happen in sports. That's a great thing about sports. We do our research. We find a way. There's a lot of people that say, hey, this is definitely going to hit today. If you go on and you believe someone because something's definitely going to hit, that's a mistake. Don't do that. Don't fall for it. We're trying to educate. We're trying to entertain here.
But that being said,
and entertainment.
You're a locksmith.
I am a locksmith. I am a locksmith. If you want a lock, you go to Home Depot. We say it all the time. You want a best bet, you come here. I love saying best bet. Lock implies that something's guaranteed, definitely going to hit. That's not the case. It's never the case in sports betting. We see it all the time, right? Heavy favorites lose. It's just the way it is, guys. So don't believe anyone who says this is a guarantee, because there is no guarantees in sports betting. We're not trying to screw with you here. We're not trying to lie to you. We're trying to educate and entertain. And that's what we've been doing here at Bet the Day, Jeff Fink. Let's read a few more comments here, and then we'll sign off. We're at like 46 minutes right now. I appreciate all you guys for watching today. Again, means a lot to me, means a lot to Jeff. It's been a fun run here for the first week in the new studio.
It has, and this comment on TikTok just made me giggle. Goals over dumb shit. Dallas Cowboys winning the Super Bowl. We are way too far. I love it. Fits you perfectly. J-Dub, Red Sox over. Getting a lot of love for the T-shirt. I love this from Trey. Hit the parlay today, and I'll buy a T-shirt.
Hit the parlay today, and I'll buy a T-shirt.
Z Merzen, that shirt is super dope. T1214, Astros have the worst bullpen in the Major League Baseball. League of the Baseballs. Yeah. On God, he says.
Astros, guys, you know my take on the Astros. They are the second best team in the American League right now, so we don't really want to rip on them. But at the same time, too, the bullpen's not been great, right? They haven't been good at manufacturing runs. They're not I don't see them coming out of the American League. You know who I see coming out of the American League right now, Jeff? It pains me to say this, too. Who's coming out of the American League, Jeff? The New York Yankees are coming out.
I was waiting for it. I was waiting for it.
New York Yankees are coming out of the American League. And that pains me to say it, right? But I don't see anyone else competing with them like the way they have played so far. But, going back to someone said over 9.5 in the Red Sox game, the only way I can see that happening is if the Red Sox score 8 runs today. Like, I really... And it could happen, honestly. The last time Boston played Oakland, I think they had an 8-0 shutout win. But again, Jared Koning's probably going to get shelled a little bit for Oakland. He's probably going to get beat up early. They're going to get him out of the game early. But I do think Nick Pivetta is one of the most reliable starters in baseball right now. 9 earned runs in his past 5 starts, so that's like 1.8 per runs per start. So they're going to get 2 to 3 today. Boston gets 7, the game gets over, right? But I think it's a 6-2 game. It's going to be tight. Don't get me wrong. There's a reason the total set 9.5. It's not going to be a 2-1 game, but I got to go with the under there.
All right, we got to circle back. What was your opinion on the Cards Pirates from Keys Locks?
So I want to give a shout out to Black Frank 33 in our Discord, man. You can follow him on TikTok as well. I don't know if he's watching. He usually tunes in, but it was like 5-0 in the 6th or 7th inning last night, right? And the Cardinals came back, found a way to win 7-5. He said live bet them when they were down 5-0, and I was like, nah. And I wasn't really watching because I was on the Celtics game, right? But I want to give a shout out to him. He said live bet them. He won a lot of people money in our Discord last night, and that's why you need to join the Discord, guys. It's not just me giving picks and giving opinions in there. It's our whole community, guys. It's 2,000 sports bettors, avid sports bettors, who are trying to make money in there. So that was a crazy win. I really didn't look at the box score much from that, but honestly, the Cardinals should have won that game. And they found a way to win it. So that's what good teams do, right? I see the Cardinals being an authority in the National League a little bit. But again, I don't think they get past the Mets to the Dodgers. Even the Brewers going to be tough for them if the Brewers start playing good baseball, right? But, it was a good win for them. That's a win that propels them, and they keep it going today. So if you want to look at Cardinals Pirates, I believe they have a double header going. That could be a good bet today, one of those games. Let's see. First game, Liberatore on the mound. -168. Do I think they sweep today? I think it could be a little hard for them to pull off a sweep today. But at the same time, too, I mean, they're going to be feeling good after yesterday's 5-run comeback win, score 7 unanswered to get the job done.
All right, before we wrap it up, just a couple more things. Shelb in the TikTok chat, can the Celtics come back? Can they come back?
Yeah, Celtics come back 100%. 100% they can come back. Do I think they're going to come back? I really don't know yet. I don't. Nothing's going to surprise me. I'm almost numb at this point. Like, as a Celtics fan, here, I'm going to give you my 2 perspectives. As a bettor, can they come back? Yes, I do think they can come back because talent-wise and numbers-wise, the numbers are there to support the Boston Celtics coming back based on what they've done throughout this season. As a fan, I don't know. I'm pretty down in the dumps. But if you go Game 6, you find a way to win Game 6, all bets are off in Game 7. How can you not be romantic about sports betting? Here's the one thing that we need. Jason Tatum needs to step up. He needs to be the guy, and he needs to be the guy throughout 4 quarters. And if that doesn't happen, the Celtics are done. But you go back to the first series, they sweep the Nets. Then with the Bucks, they win the Bucks series in 7 games, win game 6, must win on the road. Then you go to the Heat series, they win game 7 on the road and a must win. It would be a magical storyline. It would be one that Boston fans would remember forever, how hard they had to work to get this title. Do I think it happens? I don't know. We got the tattoo, Jack Bienvenu. I don't know how he's feeling right now. 1 loss away from possibly getting that tattoo removed. So
God, I want them to win for him.
I want it to win for him. Yeah, I do want it to win for him. Darren Simcox here. This Discord is amazing. The Discord is amazing. I love the Discord. I love everyone in it, guys.
Yeah, Discord getting a lot of love in the chat. Kyle Johnson, wherever you are, thank you. Just bought a T-shirt. One more. Jay Sizzle, 1986. Tanner, I was buying your T-shirt. I missed your best picks. Can you go over it one more time before we wrap up the show?
Yes, we can. We can do that 100% here, 100%. Guys, thank you for buying a T-shirt. Like I said, some people talk about it. Some people be about it. I know the Bet the Day Army is all about it. Appreciate you guys. Athletics, Red Sox, under 9.5 there. Then we'll go Angels, Dodgers, under 9. Padres, run line. Reds, D-backs, over 8.5. And then Guardians, run line versus the Rockies. Any other comments there? Tatum folding. I see one there on the screen. Tatum folding under pressure. And he did last night. And I give him credit for bouncing back, but I need to see it throughout the whole game. Jason Tatum, you're not a 6th-round pick. I mean, I know there's not 6 rounds in the NBA draft, but you're not a late-round pick. You were a first pick. You were the man. John Brondo, they look finished versus the Bucks, down 3-2-2. They did look finished. So John Brondo's coming back. Coming back to me. Coming back to the Celtics. John, who you got, before we sign off here, who you got in Game 6, John? Let me know. But anyways, guys, we appreciate it so much. Any other comments in TikTok? Since we're selling so many shirts today, I really want to stay on a couple more minutes.
They're flying off the shelf. Yeah, we do have Tanner the GOAT from Goals Over the Dumb Shit. He's back in the chat. No Heroes 21, your favorite 3-team parlay today.
3-team parlay. Who said if the parlay hits, they buy a shirt? That's what I hear. If the parlay hits, they buy a shirt. 3-team parlay here. Like we said, when we do 3-team parlays, we want to pair a heavy favorite with 2 teams that we feel good about. So let's pair our heavy favorite. Tampa Bay and New York Yankees. I love that matchup for the Yankees, but again, at minus 230 against Corey Kluber. We see how Kluber pitched against them last time. That's one that I'm probably going to stay away from for this parlay. I do think the Yankees win today, but let's go with the Blue Jays. The way they hit yesterday, Lyles versus Kikuchi. Kikuchi's pretty good. There's our heavy favorite right there. Blue Jays is our heavy favorite. Then we're going to go Boston. We're going to add Boston in there with Pivetta. We're going to add another heavy favorite. That's plus 108. So we're feeling good there. We got 2 heavy favorites in there now. And then we're going to add one that we feel kind of good about. We feel pretty good. And you know who it's going to be today? You know who it's going to be. You ready for this?
Hit me with it.
New York doesn't have enough juice. It's going to be the San Diego Padres on the money line today. Plus 262 there. So you got Blue Jays, Red Sox, Padres, plus 262. Let's see what we can do with that. Again, we have our heavy favorite there with the Blue Jays. I feel they do a good job today. We got the Red Sox, our heavy favorite with the Oakland Athletics. So we're feeling good there. We really need the Padres to come through. I think they do it today against Kyle Hendricks. You want to spice this up a little bit? Hell, go run line today at minus 1.5 at plus 120.
Yo, shout out Corey Watt. He also just bought a T-shirt. The T-shirts are flying off the shelf. I mean, the man of the people is sitting right here. You guys are showing him the love. I mean, this is awesome. This is so much fun seeing these come in. Thank you guys so much for the support.
Thank you, guys. We really do appreciate it. So like I said, Blue Jays, Red Sox, Padres on the money line again. Again, guys, we're on here 7 days a week. We're working hard, so it really does feel good when you guys buy a T-shirt supporting us here at the new studio in Dallas. So we got Padres, Blue Jays, Red Sox. That's the parlay today, all money line. Again, if that hits, we expect some more T-shirts to be sold overnight, guys. So thank you so much. Jeff, any final thoughts here before we sign off?
Just want to thank the Bet the Day friends and family for coming in, hanging out with us. The chat has been way more active today, both on TikTok and all on social media, YouTube, Twitter, all of it. YouTube's the popular one today. But thank you guys for hanging out with us. Keep those chats coming in. Keep them rolling. I'm going to be answering in every single chat that I can. So I'm here for you guys. I want to help you guys get your picks over to Tanner and Tanner get his picks over to you.
Love that. Thanks, guys. We appreciate it here. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's another way to support us, right? Buying a T-shirt, but also going over to YouTube. We got thousands of people watching on TikTok every single morning, guys. If everyone just goes to YouTube, smash the subscribe button, we're going to be astronomically bigger on there. So make sure you go over to YouTube, guys. Check that out. Join Discord. As we said, we got the Discord comments on there. The people love the Discord. Mike McGrath, man of the people. Mike, I love you, Mike. I love you, man of the people here, man of the people. But anyways, guys, make sure you join Discord. Check us out on TikTok. and then buy a t-shirt as well. Guys, all those links are in the description. We will get those shipped out as soon as possible to you guys. So again, we love you all. We appreciate you. And we will see you tomorrow for another episode of Bet the Day. And maybe, just maybe today, stay tuned for an announcement about Bet the Day Happy Hour. Jeff Fink, appreciate you. Thanks for everything you do.
Hey, and thank you for everything you do.
No problem. Guys, and we'll talk to you tomorrow for another episode of Bet the Day.